Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us on the eve of our 62nd anniversary of independence. I'm your host Adrian Atkinson, here to guide you through another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. We begin with the news of the day.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Monday, August 5, 2024. Government is starting the distribution of relief grants this week to persons whose homes were partially or totally damaged during the recent passage of Hurricane Beryl. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement on Friday.
4 weeks post Beryl, the government is now in a position to start the distribution of recovery grants. We're hoping to have the distribution done quite speedily. If possible, we would like to be finished by the end of August.
The first set of recipients will be those who have been assessed as having totally lost their homes. They are being given grants of up to $400,000. The next set of beneficiaries are persons who suffered severe damage to their homes. They will each get $150,000, and $50,000 grants will also be provided to individuals who experienced minor house damage.
We want all Jamaicans who receive the benefit to use it for the purpose of recovery and restoration. We would want to see a very speedy recovery from Hurricane Beryl.
The Prime Minister was addressing a handing over ceremony in Clarendon on Friday for the latest beneficiaries under government's new social housing program. Government will be undertaking a study on the impact of reverse osmosis RO technology to determine the feasibility of its large-scale use in Jamaica and potential impact on the environment. Reverse osmosis is a multi-stage water filtration process that is used to remove up to 99.9% of contaminants, such as dissolved salts, chemicals, unwanted minerals, and biological substances from seawater. The resulting filtered water would, thereafter, be deemed fit for domestic use. The study will be conducted by the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, with grant funding from the United States Trade and Development Agency, USTDA. The $61 million technical assistance grant agreement was signed last week, paving the way for the study to be undertaken at 13 NEPA-approved reverse osmosis sites across the island. As part of the study, RO systems being utilized in at least 4 international jurisdictions will be examined. This is to determine whether best practices in these territories can be adopted in Jamaica at the industrial or municipal scale and to inform the permit process. Diabetic patients will soon have access to a one-stop solution for treatment and care at public health clinics. The care will be provided on specific days with all relevant healthcare specialists present. It is being executed through the Health System Strengthening Program HSSP, which falls under the Ministry of Health's chronic care model. Non-communicable disease lead for the HSSP, Professor Alafia Samuels, says this approach seeks to treat the many different complications that are associated with diabetes.
Diabetes is a complicated disease. It has a lot of different pieces that you need to be looking after. But right now what happens is that for each piece, the patient has to come back to the health center a different day. We're going to have the foot doctor there. We're going to have the eye person there. We're going to have the person to take your blood. We're going to have the person to counsel you how to take your medicine. We're going to have the person to tell you how to eat, so that when they come, we make the most efficient use of the patient's time and we deliver a quality, integrated program.
Professor Samuels points out that while the chronic care model is not entirely new to Jamaica, it is now being expanded.
What we're trying to do is to escalate, improve, and to actually implement it in the network of the project, which is the 10 health centers and the 3 hospitals in the 3 parishes that we're focusing on to start off with.
Professor Samuels was speaking at a recent JS think tank. The facilities in which the chronic care model is being expanded include Spanish Town Hospital, as well as the St. Jago Park, Old Harbour and Greater Portmore Health Centres in St. Catherine. The St. Anne's Bay, Ocherius and Brownstown Health Centres in St. Anne are also included, in addition to Maypen Hospital, Chapelton Community Hospital, and the Maypen East, Maypen West and Moko Health Centres in Clarendon. Still on health, The ministry is inviting researchers, professionals and persons in academia to submit high-quality research abstracts for its upcoming National Health Research Conference. Clinicians, nurses, researchers, lecturers, STEM students and other health-affiliated professionals are invited to participate. Research areas for this year's conference should look at factors associated with healthcare delivery, workplace health and wellness, violence and injuries in vulnerable groups, technology in health, and climate change and health. The ministry is also welcoming other high-quality research outside these themes. Deadline for the submission of abstracts is Friday, September 6, 2024, and these will only be accepted via the National Health Research Conference webpage. The 15th National Health Research Conference is scheduled for November 20 to 22 under the theme Health and Wellness, Everybody's Business. It will provide a forum for sharing medical and scientific knowledge that translates to improved policy and practice for the ministry and the wider public health system. And finally, residents of Content in St. James are now enjoying their new multi-sport complex and community centre after its recent opening. Tourism Minister and Member of Parliament for the area Edmund Bartlett says the facility is the most significant sports and cultural one outside the city of Montego Bay.
And so I envisage that this will be the centre of various festivals, various cultural activities, huge number of sporting events. But more importantly, that this particular center, the community center, will be the focus for public education in the communities around this area.
He adds that the facility, which was completed by the Tourism Product Development Company, will serve as an institution of education for those wanting to learn about government policies and the institutions that govern them. In addition, schools in the community such as Goodwill and Adelphi Primary will have a state-of-the-art play area to conduct sporting activity. The residents were excited to welcome the facility.
I'm absolutely loving this facility. It is amazing, not just for the youth, but for adults as well. There's football field, which is obviously rocking it right now. We have netball matches, which will be going on shortly. This covers communities in the area, Content, Adelphi, Palmyra, Paisley, all of those areas. Communities can come together and use the facilities.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding. Mosquitoes will breed in any container that holds water.
Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, barrels, buckets and tanks. If this cannot be done, pour cooking oil on the water surface. Punch holes in all tins, plastics and beverage boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover all tires or fill with dirt to prevent water collection. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs. Use mosquito repellents to protect yourself from mosquito bites. Dispose of garbage properly by placing in plastic bags and securing properly to prevent water collection.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
We are on the eve of the 62nd anniversary of Jamaica's independence from British colonial rule. We are starting our features journey with a euphoric and reflective story on that historic moment back in 1962.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are we doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. And how are you?
Great. I am well. Thank you for asking. So today I'm going to tell you a story. It's a remarkable time in our history as a country. Are you ready to hear?
Yes, miss.
The excitement was boiling like a pot of red peas soup. Rosie, you see Pauline? Miss Jackie asked. No, Miss Jackie, I replied. Lord of mercy now. How may I go find her in this crowd here? Said Miss Jackie frantically. Miss Jackie was Paul's grandmother. All right, listen to me now, Rosie. You and Paul stay right here, so. Because if you no last today, my head a go hot me. said Miss Jackie as she disappeared in the crowd with her hands holding her head. Scores of school children lined the streets as Paul and I giggled and chatted about what we saw. The cool afternoon breeze and the bright evening sunshine melted the anticipation building in the streets. "Me can't see the Princess Rosie, she there too far," said Paul as persons around us chatted about seeing Princess Margaret's car driving up on Tom Redcombe Road up to the National Stadium. Miss Jackie came back and grabbed Paul, and she was adamant that Miss Pauline was lost. Miss Pauline was our neighbor who lived right across the road from us in the blue house. "Children, it's time to get to the stadium because that is where the big celebration is going to start," said Miss Jackie as she wheeled us excitedly down the road. The sound boxes on the side of the roads belted out sweet reggae music. It was a grand celebration running right across the island, from rural towns to right here in Kingston. I especially wanted to see the flag raised and hear the anthem for the first time. The sun settled orange in the sky over at the National Arena. There was an exciting energy sticking like magnets everywhere we turned. Miss Jackie helped Paul and I to get to a spot where we could watch the performance. My heart leaped inside as I imagined the joy of staying awake until midnight. Miss Jackie went to buy food from one of the vendors when Paul came up with this not-so-wise idea. "Rosie, let's see if we can go right over there to get a better spot to see everything," he said as I smirked reluctantly. "No, Paul, you alone go on," I told him, warning that he would later regret it. I could see Miss Jackie over by the green shop collecting goodies for us. When I looked back, Paul was gone. "Where Paul there?" shrieked Miss Jackie. One of the soup fell to the ground, almost burning her foot. Then one lady with a big voice tried to get everyone's attention. "Yes, sir, a soon midnight now. Jamaica Independence are coming," shouted the lady. There was no time to find Paul now. Down in the center of the arena, the flag was getting ready to be hoisted. The darkness stood still. It was the beginning of change. This was the moment I had been waiting for, as light shone on the flagstaff. It was the gentle breeze that blew across my face as our flag hoisted in the crisp air. My eyes watered as I glimpsed the light on the green, gold, and black flag raised in glorious independence. Yes, it's official. August 6, 1962. "What touched me?" I screamed, grabbing the hand that was pulling me out of daze at what I just witnessed. The anthem ringing out with a melodious triumph of victory in every note. "Paul?" I startled. "I had the best view, Rosie. I saw everything. I was near the front," grinned Paul from ear to ear. "Oh, Paul, you better let Miss Jackie dance until she forgets how you ran away," I told him. We giggled as the celebrations continued. Miss Jackie had surely forgotten as she too was dancing the night away. Miss Pauline was there too, dancing and singing the joys of the freedom of a new nation. Miss Pauline later told us how she saw when the hot soup dropped from Miss Jackie, and that's how she found us.
Although I wasn't there at Independence Day, I kind of felt it, when they said how she was dazing at the flag when it was hoisted.
I think it was a very wonderful story, and I learned a lot about our independence, and especially I love that part where it said the soup dropped and it almost hit her foot, it almost burnt her foot. And when I heard that it was a lot of crowded from rural to Kingston, it sounded like it was a very big event.
I wish I was there, but this story just makes me feel that I am there.
nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, has been the main agency pushing the mandate to unearth and preserve the island's culture. Music is a big part of that. And the National Festival Song Competition has been the driving force behind this popular celebration of Jamaican pride through song. Our next feature provides a showcase of talented Jamaicans who have excelled in the Jamaica Festival Song Competition over the years.
It has been the heart of Jamaica's culturally intrinsic beats, propelling our culture in a time when change bombards and wills us to accept the newness all around. But lest we forget, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission's Festival Song Competition continues to remind us. First staged in 1966, the competition is the longest-running original song contest on the island.
Can you hear that?
Rhythm clothed in history, with melody not to be messed with. Listen carefully as first-time winners, the Maytals, tell you.
Everybody get ready. It's time to rock steady. It's Baba Boom time this eve. Don't lose the beat now. Just dip your head now. We're having a party. I hope you are hearty. Yeah. We're having a party. I hope you are hearty. Sing it to me, children. Rum baba loo bam 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 baloo. Rum baba loo bam bam. Intensified.
The Maytals would best their fellow competitors yet again with Sweet and Dandy, this time in 1969.
It is no wonder. He's a perfect wonder. Why they were dancing in that ballroom last night? Boom shakalaka laka boom boom boom.
Sure, there are some names that may sound unfamiliar to you, but equally, you are sure to make the connection with others like Eric Donaldson, dubbed Father Festival, after having numerous winnings in the competition over the years. Here he is with his first.
Oh cherry, oh baby, don't you know I'm in need of thee? If you don't believe it's true, what have you left for me to do?
And how did the song sung by every Jamaican and persons all over the world come to be?
Like it just come one morning, just hit me the melody, and I did have my 3-string guitar that I play sometime, and I feel out the rhythm on it. Everybody just crying out,
In 1972, the Maytals would take the crown once more. Marvin Brooks jumped the line of winners in 1973. Tinga Stewart's much-loved Play the Music in 1974 would be his first of 2 wins. Hooray Festival by Roman Stewart took it in 1975. In 1976, Freddie McKay won with Dance This Year Festival, and Eric Donaldson went back-to-back with Sweet Jamaica and Land of My Birth in the years following, with the Astronauts closing out the 70s with
I'm a born Jamaican, I'm a son of the sun. I love the sea, I love the sun, Lord, I love this land.
The 80s was a winning decade, pushing out hits after hits, opening with a very optimistic Stanley and the Turbines.
I'm dreaming of a new Jamaica, a land of peace and love. Some say they can't see no hope, that's why they leave this land. I know it's so from here, that's why I wrote this song.
Tinga Stewart made the cut once again in 1981, reminding Jamaicans of Dorothy's mantra, "There's no place like home." The Astronauts doubled back with Mek with Jam in '82, while Ras Karbi won with Jamaica I'll Never Leave You in 1983. No doubt in 1984, Eric Donaldson was very proud to be Jamaican, while we all caught Roy Ryan's Fever in 1985. The first of 4 wins, Roy has etched his name in the competition forever.
When people say festival or independence now, the first name, with, and without knowing apology, the first name they say is Roy Ryan. And that's not boasting. I am honored that people see the body of work and believe. And not only that, let me just say it, I'm a darn good performer.
In 1986, Stanley and the Turbines came back with Dem of a Squirm. '87 was Roy Ryan's second time winning the competition, giving thanks and praises. In 1988, Singer J won with Jamaica Land We Love, as Michael Forbes' controversial Stop and Go rounded out the decade.
She stop, she go, she stop. She stop, she go, she stop, she go. Hey, stop and go. That she dancing. What she singing.
The competition has now become a showground for both professional and aspiring artists, songwriters, and producers to highlight their talent, as each year competitors aim to identify a new and original song that reflects the spirit of the Jamaican people.
We have been actively promoting the Jamaica Festival song to build momentum and garner public support. We're also reintroducing the festival song roadshows as we take the shows across the island.
Island Festival, rocking every woman and man, yeah. Island Festival, from St. Thomas to Westmoreland, you should see them in the dance. Then just a jump and prance, then just a wheel and turn. God will make the festival done. Yes, every time I see the man that does some, I remember that the festival is soon gonna come.
While the competition has been a male-dominated space since its inception, the females have found favor on a few occasions. Heather Grant's Make We Put Things Right became the first in 1992.
Give me back my sweet Jamaica, my one and only country. Give me back my sweet Jamaica, with love and harmony.
7 years would go by before Cheryl Clark followed with Born in a J.A. The ladies continue to meet this fete with Abigail Dallas's Real Born Jamaican in 2012, dancehall artist Stacious's Jamaican Spirit in 2021, and Sakaj with Know a Nice Like Yard in 2022. No matter the sex, we are a proud people, and that continues to shine in everything that we do. And if we can't agree on anything else, we can share in Stanley's idea of this little island being the bomb.
Come one, come all, let's celebrate. Wave your hand and kick your foot straight. Let's show the world we are #1. For 38 years we're struggling along.
And as the 39th year rolled around, Roy Richards came out the victor with Lift Up Jamaica. Devon Black with his idea of progress followed in 2002, marking Jamaica 40th. Proving to be a student of history, Stefan Peninsulin had a winning streak with Jamaican Tour Guide and Old Time Jamaica.
I am from Jamaica. Me no had that me neighbor sing out ya. Me get it up no who no see the key ya. Pass the seat belt tour never over.
Khalil and Pure saw some riches with Poverty in 2005. Omar Reed took us down memory lane with Remember the Days in 2006. And You Can Never Lose, complimenting the fairer of the sexes. And Neville Gunty Winters found that out with Woman at a Beauty in 2007. But in 2008, Roy Ryan was never going to be outshined with his song Rise and Shine. 2009, Winston Hussey took the crown with his song Take Back Jamaica.
I know we no nice like my Jamaica. No we no sweet like my Jamaica. We spend time in America and in Canada. No we so me like my Jamaica.
In 2011, Everton David Pessoa won with Oh If We. Unfortunately, the competition went on hiatus in 2013. Rashane Sanderson's I Love J.A. brought it back to life in 2014. It was a celebration for Leroy Johnson in 2015. In 2016, O'Neill Scott reminded us that there was nowhere like Jamaica. The competition went on another hiatus in 2017, and O'Neill Nazelman Scott would take the trophy when it resumed in 2018, singing Jamaica Away Home. And in 2019, Raldine Dyer's Loaded Eagle was the bop for the season. And after more than 50 years, the JCDC's Festival Song Competition continues to thrive, with major artists entering the competition, making it that more viable.
All these songs will be on the various digital streaming platforms, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, over 30 such platforms. And for those who didn't know, in 2021 and 2023, the festival song album made waves by securing a spot on the shortlist for the Reggae Grammy nominations, 2021 and 2023. So we must be doing something right.
Oh, I have got this feeling, a very highly feel.
You know the adage, water is life? Rightly stated, as it supports all living beings. But with the passing of a hurricane, supply may be compromised and properly stored water could just become our lifeline. Step 1. It is best to use food-grade containers to store water. This means that the material used is fit for human consumption and won't have toxic substances entering your water. Step 2. Be sure to wash and rinse the container thoroughly in preparation for water storage. Step 3. After filling the container, be sure to seal it tightly. If it has a screw-on cap, ensure it's tightly closed. This will prevent contamination. Step 4. Also, to prevent contamination, store water in a cool, dark place. This is to minimize exposure to temperature fluctuations, which can degrade the quality of the water and the container. Step 5. Replace stored water frequently to ensure freshness. You may use older water for non-drinking purposes. Step 6. Additionally, you may want to label the containers with the date of storage. This will help you keep track of how long the water has been stored. Step 7. Drinking water containing bacteria and viruses can lead to serious health issues and diseases such as diarrhea, cholera, or dysentery. If you're in doubt as to the state of your drinking water, you may want to apply water purification methods such as boiling to get rid of any bacteria. Step 8. Finally, going back to point number 1, do not store water in containers that have been used for chemicals or substances that can leach into the water and your system. Ensure that your stored water remains safe and drinkable. Protect your water, and it will protect you.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today. But please do join us again tomorrow on this station for our Independence Day edition. In the meantime, visit our website, gis.gov.jm, for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team here at the GIS, I am Adrian Atkinson. As you celebrate our independence tomorrow, remember to do so responsibly. Do take care and stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.